Number 6 here. I think what's interesting, I'd like to find out, Ivan, I'm going to go through each one of these. Ivan, how many, well, we'll do it one at a time, I suppose. As you guys all know, now with the revisions that NCARB has made to the exam, you can take the exam right after graduation. First of all, can each of you answer as we go along here, how quickly after graduating did you take the exam, and then what are your general thoughts? So Ivan, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think I started taking exams like 3 years after I got out of school. My thoughts on actually taking them right away. I think you should take like certain ones right away. And I don't even know if this is still applicable for 5.0, but with 4.0, like I would have taken structures immediately. I should have taken it immediately after graduating, like kind of getting back into the swing of things with something like that. If you're not doing it every day, you kind of forget it all, even though like, you know, you're really good at it in school or whatever, like you will forget it because you don't do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are others that, you know, like I feel like having that 3-year buffer, in addition to like other internships and everything, like again, like being able to like dig into your mind and say, oh, what did this guy say at the office when we were dealing with this issue about foundations? Like having that experience to lean on is really good. I think what I've seen around me, and there are some people that are exceptions, but what I have seen is that people that give themselves some time to like get exposure to a lot of situations, like don't end up, you know, failing as many, you know, sort of because they have like a, you know, what they learned from the books, but they also have what they learned from like just being saturated with like knowledge from the people around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anne, how about you?
So I graduated from graduate school in 2014, and I took my first exam in 2016. So a couple years, but before I was not dedicated or really even, I didn't know if I wanted to get licensed. I still don't know that architecture is what I want to do. And so for me, it was after I graduated that I realized the region that I moved to, a license, and being a female, unfortunately, having your license is just, it's another quill in your hat or whatever the saying is, another tool in the toolbox. So I said, all right, well, this is the next goal I need to accomplish. And in terms of taking the exam right after graduation, I think it's great. I personally would not have done it, but that's just because, like I said, I'm unlike Ivan. I didn't know that architecture is what I wanted to do since I was 9 years old. So I personally would not have taken it after graduation, but I think for those who are ready and chomping at the bit to do it, I think it's good that it's available.
Okay, so maybe the key takeaway here is, in your experience, is to be sure that architecture is really for you before you commit to taking it. Is that a good summary?
No, I don't even think it's that. Because I don't feel like just because I have my license now, I'm married to this profession. Like it's literally just a set of letters in my mind. I'm not any better or worse of a person out in the world in the way I interact with people, whether I'm licensed or not. So I don't think you need to know whether it's what you want to do. I think it's just a matter of committing to, this is like, I have a goal. I have my ultimate, the goals I want to achieve in my life. And right now architecture is the vehicle to get there. But I'm not convinced that architecture will always be the vehicle, if that makes sense.
Okay. So just be clear with yourself about what your motivations truly are.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Stephanie, how about you?
Yeah, so I started taking my exams 4 months after I graduated, actually.
Okay.
And one of the biggest perks I would say with this is when you start out after graduation, you definitely have one of the lighter workloads in the office because you are new and you're still, learning the firm standards and how everything is done. So for me, that was a really great advantage. And all of the projects I was on when we would have upcoming deadlines, they were very understanding. They wanted to know when my tests were, and you're not expected to be the one staying late working on those deadlines if they know you also have a test coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say another benefit is that you're kind of still got that study mode in you from being, recently graduating. So it's not the hardest thing to sit down and study for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So 4 months after school, you got in, and that's interesting that you have some more flexibility with your workload. I think that's good.